Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, and salutations to the brothers out there pushing his word with sincerity and truth. To you I say shalom. Today's lesson is going to be on the so-called UFOs. Because in these last days, we started seeing them popping up more and more frequently. Even the news, they talk about them. The news, they can't deny it no more. The government, they can't deny it no more. They can't hide it. They can't call those who've seen sightings of them crackpots, calling them crazy, liars, trying to discredit them. No, this is real. And they're not aliens, as they say. They're angels. Those UFOs are the Most High's chariots, and inside them are the angels of the Most High. Like we're going to get into right now, just to prove this, because the so-called UFOs, they're in the Bible, they're in the scriptures, they're scriptural. But if you don't understand the Bible, it's easy to um, misinterpret some things in the Bible. It's easy to, those who witness UFOs to believe that they're aliens, you know. But as we're going to get into, we're going to see what those UFOs, so-called UFOs, are. I got Zechariah 5:1 pulled up, and let's go ahead and jump right in. It says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou?" You see, in this flying roll, this ain't talking about like a roll of bread or a roll like a scroll. No, this is um Zechariah seen this, so he described it in the best way he could, which was a roll. So it says, "And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits," which were a type of measurement back in the ancient world. Verse 3, "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it." Now, going into right here, this part says, "This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth." This is a curse to these nations. The so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Most High, they're a curse to them because they know that their time is almost up. Especially Esau, he knows his time is almost up. So him seeing it is a curse unto him. They're scared, man. That's why they're trying to push their agenda as fast as they can. They're trying to hurry up and get this done, but as the scriptures say, man, they ain't gonna be able to. Yahweh Shai is gonna come and put a stop to their bullshit, to all their plans. Really, it's the Most High who's conducting all this. It's really the Most High has them in derision. It's got them in a trick bag. And the Most High sending his chariots, he just letting them know, hey, your time's almost up. And we're at the end, man. We're seeing it. We're seeing it to this day. We're at the end. We're at the end of this place. Right? And let's continue on, verse 3. "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, said Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. And that's what they're gonna do. Them chariots are gonna come over here to America and cause chaos, man. Total annihilation, total destruction. With them laser beams that come out from it. Like if y'all seen that movie, War of the Worlds, you see how when they shoot a laser, just nothing but smoke, nothing but dust, ashes come off those people that got zapped. Pure high concentrated energy, right? Now let me get Second Chronicles chapter 16, and let's go. What? Oh yeah, sorry, Slovakia. Second Chronicles 16 and we'll go 9. It says, "For the eyes of Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth." The eyes of Yahweh. So those eyes is talking about these chariots and the angels that are in it, looking, viewing everything, right? It says, "For the eyes of Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him." To show those who believe, hey, I'm here. It says, "Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from thence thou shalt have wars." But the main point is right here. The eyes of Yahweh, which are, like I said, those chariots, the angels, going throughout the whole planet. They see everything and they report back and they report it back to Yahweh. The Most High knows everything, man. There ain't nothing that anybody can hide from the Most High. Like it says, the ways of the Lord are, the ways of man, the footsteps of man are directed by the Most High, something like that. Salakia, roughly paraphrasing, pretty much saying that the Most High is the one that directs our everyday lives. The Most High is the one who's in control in our day-to-day life. We can't do anything unless the Most High has sanctioned it to happen. Let's go to Revelation chapter 1. Let's go down to 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him." See, he cometh with clouds. Who's this talking about? It's talking about Yahweh Shah, right? It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him." See, this is another indication of reincarnation. But them clouds is talking about them chariots, man. And we'll later talk about the clouds in further verses. But like I said, them clouds are them chariots. The chariots of the Most High, them so-called UFOs. Yahweh ain't gonna come on top of a cloud, on a literal cloud, like Zeus or something. I mean, he probably could, but he could, but he's coming with them chariots. This is, "And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen." So all kindreds out on the earth is gonna wail because of him. They're gonna be in, they're gonna be crying, man. Why? Because of that destruction he's bringing. He's bringing complete, utter destruction. He ain't coming with peace. He's coming to bring a war to Esau and to all these other nations, and they're gonna fight against him. But the Most High is gonna take down their kingdom, take down their rulership. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 4. Let's go to 16. It says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. That's the cloud, man. That chariot, them chariots, man. Like we just read in the previous verse, that he's gonna come down with the cloud, and every eye shall see him. Well, it says right here again. It says, "For the Lord Himself, which is Yahweh Shah, shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. He shall descend from heaven." So He's coming down from heaven, from outer space, coming down onto the earth in them chariots, in that cloud, that it says. So it says, "And then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds." The elect. The elect that remain, they're going to be caught up together. They're going to be beamed up into them chariots. It says to meet Yahweh, or to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. It says, "Wherefore comfort one another with these words." That's what we're doing, man. That's what we're hoping for, salvation. Once we see Yahweh Shah, um, cracking them clouds, hey, just know salvation is almost near. This is Habakkuk 3 and start 4. It says, "And his brightness," hold on. Yeah, start here. Habakkuk 3 and 4. It says, "And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power." So this horn is coming out of his hand. He's talking about his literal hands. Whenever Yahushua comes back, the brightness of his coming through that chariot, because that's what and even in the chariots, like it says right here, he had horns coming out of his hand. That horn is some laser beams. Them laser beams coming out of that chariot, zapping motherfuckers. It says, "And there was the hiding of his power," and that's where the power is, man. Pure power in the laser beams, concentrated energy. It says, "Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet." Yeah, because he's gonna be flying above, and down below him is gonna be nothing but fire. He's gonna be flying with them chariots, zapping motherfuckers. Laying this whole land to waste. Utterly destroying this whole place with fire. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to Second Ezra's and 13. Let's go to verse 9. It says, "And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war." Hold on. Let me go. Let me go to verse 8. Let me start here. Verse 8 says, "And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him." Subdue who? Yahweh Shah. It says, "We're sore afraid, and yet durst fight." So all the armies of the nations, they're gonna see, this, all these angels, all these chariots. They're gonna see Yahweh Shah coming down in them chariots, and they're gonna be afraid, man. They're gonna be petrified. They're gonna be shitting in themselves. They're gonna be having heart attacks. They're gonna be pissing themselves. They're gonna be so scared, man. Right? Because they're gonna be the Most High is gonna gather them together. So they're gonna be gathered together. They're gonna be super, man. They're gonna be, like I said, man. They're gonna be petrified when they see Yahweh Shah coming down. But yet they're gonna fight him. The Most High is gonna put the spirit in them to fight. Hey, the Most High loves drama, man. He loves action, right? He wants to see an epic fight go down. Even though it ain't gonna be much of a fight, it really is just gonna be Yahweh Shah just annihilating, destroying. But either ways, they're gonna try to fight. Verse 9, it says, And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword. So they're going to try to shoot him down, shoot missiles at him. They're going to be shooting at him with them jets, right? It says he neither lifted up his hand. He didn't have to lift up his hand. He didn't need no sword. It said no any instrument of war. It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. And that's that horn coming out of his hand, as we read in the previous scripture in Habakkuk. That's that horn. That's that laser beam coming out of the chariot, right? It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, right? Like I said, if you want a good representation of this, watch, like I said, War of the Worlds, the new one with Tom Cruise, or the newest one with Tom Cruise. That's a good one to watch. You know, it shows them laser beams. It says, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. Hey, that's what it's gonna be. Like I said, watch that movie, and you're gonna see a good representation of what I just read right here. It says, when I saw this, I was afraid, right? And who wouldn't be afraid, man? That shit, damn. Being in the shoes of them people that are gonna get blasted, man, it'd be terrible. Terrible, terrible destruction, man. Let's go to Isaiah 66. Go down 15. It says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. Hey, that's how Yahweh Shah is going to come down. Yahweh is going to send his son, Yahweh Shah, and he's coming with fire, man. He's coming to bring war. He's coming to bring vengeance. He ain't going to be happy when he arrives. He's going to be angry. Angry at these nations, you know, for having captive his people. Hey, and 2/3 as well, because they're going to receive judgment as well for being non-believers, for refusing him. And most of these 2/3, man, they were the ones that put him to the cross. They were the ones that wanted him to die, who put him to death, who sent him up to uh, Pontius Pilate to crucify him, who slandered him. Hey, so all this is coming is justice, man. As hard of a pill as this is to swallow, this is nothing but justice, true righteousness. Now let's go to 2 Kings, because we're going to go into pretty much the what's it called? The abduction, so called. You know, because Yahweh Shah was taken up by chariots. And also I'm gonna show you that Elijah also was taken up by chariots. It says right here, 2 Kings 2:1. And it came to pass, when Yahweh would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. See, and what did we just read? Let me go back to it. In Isaiah 66:15 it says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind. What does it say right here? And it will come to pass that the Yahweh will take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. That whirlwind is talking about them chariots that getting beamed up. Them getting Elijah getting beamed up by them chariots, or by that chariot that picked him up. It says that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. Right now, let me go down to verse 11. It says, and it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. That chariot is them so-called UFO. A so-called UFO. Them UFOs ain't no. They're not no aliens, man. I mean, they might be alien to those who don't believe, but it ain't the typical alien that you see. The um the green little skinny figure. You know, this is the angels. I mean, these chariots are angels, messengers of the Most High. It says there appeared a chariot of fire. Let me read this again. 2 Kings 2:11. And it came to pass as they still went on and talked that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, which is talking about the chariots, same thing. That and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. He saw Elijah was taken up. The Most High took him, right? Now let's go to Acts to show you that Yahweh Shah was taken up in a similar fashion. Acts 1:9, it says, and when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and the cloud received them out of their sight. What was that cloud? The chariot, the so-called UFO. Where do you think that the nations get their technologies from? The Most High gave them that thought, that idea, or whoever it was that invented it, the Most High gave that person that idea to create that. Acts 1:10. And when they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shah, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. See, so by them UFOs, man, by them chariots, them two men that were angels, meeting Yahweh Shai up there. See, so as the apostles, stood, you know, jaw dropped, seeing Yahweh Shai getting taken up by that chariot, the angel said that in the same manner that Yahweh Shai went up, the same manner he's gonna come back with them chariots, man. But this time, hey, he ain't coming in peace. You know what I mean? He's coming to bring the sword. He's coming to bring war. Right? Now let's go to Exodus. Slovakia. Exodus 13. Exodus 13 and 19. It says, just to show you how even the beginning, man, like from the beginning there were chariots, man. But even right here is another example, because you have what's his name, Enoch. Even he got taken up. He got taken up by the Most High because he was perfect in the Most High's eyes. So the Most High took him up as well. But this is a good example right here to further edify at this point. This is Exodus 13 and 19. It says, "And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him." This is whenever um, Moses was leading the children of Israel out of Egypt. It says, "And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, um, The Most High will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And Yahweh went before them by day in the pillar of a cloud." That's that cloud, man. That's them clouds that it was talking about. Them chariots. So it says, "And Yahweh went with them by day in the pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night." Hey, so that's during daytime. Most sightings, they're just like a dot, like a black or shiny dot. You know what I'm saying? But this chariot must have been big to give everybody shade. Must have been a big ass chariot flying with them, flying on top of them. And it said by night it was a pillar of fire. And mostly at nighttime they glow or they light up. Most sightings, most videos that you see, they're lighting up like a pillar of fire. Yo, man, so you can't get around this, man. UFOs, so-called UFOs, man, they've been around since the beginning, man. There ain't no aliens. There ain't no such thing as none of that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no crash landings there or alien bodies being found. Or like in that movie The Thing when the alien crash lands in Antarctica and they dig them up. Nah, they ain't nothing like that. First of all, the angels are spiritual beings. They can't die. They're immortal. How you gonna kill something that's immortal? They're spiritual beings. They don't have no need. What death can't affect them. And we know that sin is death. They can't sin, so they can't die, man. They have been there since the beginning, and they're always gonna be there. When we're in the kingdom, we're gonna be riding around in chariots. Speaking as a man. Yahweh Shah, he's coming in one. He's gonna take his elect up there in them chariots, in them clouds, right? Let me continue on. Verse 22. It says, "And he took not away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people." Well, I'm gonna end it right there. I hope this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna finish off by saying, "Kal halayim la hayanawa Yahweh b'Hashem Yahweh Shah b'Hashem Rachakodash." Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Citation to the brothers out there pushing his word with sincerity and truth. Like I said, I hope this lesson was edifying. And until next time, I'm gonna say Shalom.